In our last episode, we dug into Nashville culture, and I shared some memories of what it was like growing up in the Nashville area. Days later, a tragic event happened at a school in Nashville with an active shooter. We just want to tell everybody, even though it's been a while, our thoughts and prayers have been with you. And we want to give a huge shout out to the amazing response from Metro Nashville Police Department. Couldn't have gone any better, and that video is going to be used to train officers on active shooters from now to eternity. And in honor of Nashville Metro Police Department, our discount code on the merch store is going to be Metro3. Thank you. Coming to you from the Bubba's Garage Studio, it's your main man, Dr. Vanilla Gorilla, with my homie.
White Cube.
It's good to be back.
Yeah, we still using that?
Sure.
Yeah.
That's up to, I mean,
it's better than low T.
You put it in the presumptive intro, so
yeah,
I think we're going to have to stick with it.
Yeah.
Hopefully we have audio. So, we're going to dig into Summer Preview 2023.
It's adjusting stuff on the fly.
Yeah. Producer.
Yeah. Part writer.
Yeah. Yeah. We haven't been here because I was taking part in the Screen Actors Guild strike.
Yeah.
But I crossed the picket line. So unions are for chumps.
Yeah. So those pesky child labor laws.
They've really been holding this country back.
Yeah. They've been holding the show together, I think. All these child writers that we have.
We refuse to use AI writers.
Yeah. Actually, our views might go up if we do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could probably, I don't know, get any ideas, but. So, summer is upon us.
Yeah. Quick, too.
Yeah.
I feel like it was just like 15 degrees a week ago. And
it hasn't been that long since it was like 40-some degrees.
Yeah.
Like, literally a couple weeks ago, it was in the 40s. And now we're solidly into fuck you weather.
Yeah. Enjoy sweating all day.
Yeah. Oh, it's 5:45 a.m.?
Yeah.
Here's your daily dose of swamp ass. It's going to be with you for the rest of the day.
And most of the year.
Most of the year, yeah. Happy Mother's Day.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Mother's Day was this past weekend. What'd you guys do?
Some summer prep work.
Yeah?
Yeah. Did some lawn care, mowed the lawn.
You mowed the lawn?
I mowed part of the lawn.
Who mowed the rest of it?
Yeah. My wife.
Oh.
The mother of my children.
Yeah. So you made your wife mow the yard on Mother's Day?
Yeah. Yeah. I figured it was good. I mean, she's not my mother, so. I mean,
speaking of your mother, that was my girlfriend.
The kids couldn't. Oh, my mother? Yeah, she's okay.
Yeah? She's hanging in there?
I did the, with her, though, on a serious note, I did the best thing about having siblings is I just sent them money to get her something. The night before Mother's Day.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got my mother a card.
Okay.
And then, I got my wife's cards and stuff and told my daughter, hey, hide these in your room till the day of. And then, we'll sign them, give them to your mother. In a panic on Mother's Day, because she couldn't remember where she hid the cards. She hid them so well. I thought having a teenage daughter was going to be like helpful now that she's getting older. And at times it is, but then other times, like,
come on,
it's like you're a kid again. It's
Yeah.
like you're little again. But she found the card that I bought for my mother that I hadn't sent yet because I'm just a piece of shit. But she
as long
found
as it gets there.
she found that card and signed it and gave it to her mom.
Wow.
I'm like, good job. You didn't think that the Minnie Mouse card would be for your Nana, who has always liked Minnie Mouse?
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
I mean,
you know,
so
she found a solution to your problem.
right.
Her problem, really.
She made her problem my problem.
Yeah. And now, you know, she got something for her mom. What'd you do for your mom? You know?
You're right.
So.
And I already found out that I was disowned by my grandmother for not calling her. Man, the same one that kicked in the door and attacked my cousin. Yeah. She informed me that that cousin's younger brother and I both were disowned by her because we don't ever call her. So when I did call her, I had to, listen to a lecture about not calling her and everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is why people don't call you.
Yeah.
But as I'm saying that, and we're talking about Mother's Day, I'm reminded that I did not call her on Mother's Day.
Enjoy that lecture.
Yeah, that's going to be another one just coming.
Also, though, not your mother. So.
Yeah, but with the dad situation, it's it's kind of up to me to step up. So I definitely fumbled the ball there. So I did call my mother. She didn't answer, but
it's the thought that counts.
It's the caller ID that counts, right?
Yeah.
I didn't leave a voicemail either because I don't talk to machines. Allegedly.
I have a friend of mine that let AI, speaking of AI, let AI write his Mother's Day card.
Oh, really?
And he got praised over his siblings for having the best written card, the most thoughtful.
Damn.
And he didn't tell him it was AI. He just took the win. So, yeah. So good his mom called his sister and said, your brother sent me this. Why can't you be like this?
Damn.
Yeah.
See, that's how the war is going to start.
So, yeah, it's families against family.
Yeah. It's going to be AI mercenaries.
Yeah.
And then Skynet's just going to take over.
Yeah. If they get them to crumble from within, it's game over. So.
That's the real attack on the family.
But, yeah.
So we're digging into summer, getting into...
So with my grass cut,
yeah,
got the pool up and running.
Crucial.
Had to clean it out. We try to drain as much as we can for the winter, but there's always like a couple inches of water that stay in there, and the rain, But tadpoles, inevitably, every summer or every spring, there's tadpoles in there.
Yeah. And
my wife has to save all the tadpoles before we can vacuum the rest of the water out and fill it with fresh water. Yeah. A job that could probably take a couple hours turns into like an all-day event, sometimes a multiple-day event.
Where do the tadpoles go?
Well, they go die in the pond over there. So they
They go over there and become snake food?
Yeah. So and they just enjoy their extra few minutes of life, I guess. My wife really cares about the animals. So.
Good for her.
But got that. I actually found 2 frogs hanging out by the pool when I was finishing up.
Decent sized frogs?
Half dollar size maybe or so.
Okay.
But
nothing that you're going to be putting frog legs in the skillet.
Oh, no, God, no. No, I put them over at the pond.
And also you're not poor, so.
Yeah. The day I have to eat a frog that I find in my backyard, just shoot me. But yeah, got it up and running. This will probably be the last year we have that.
Yeah?
Redneck above ground pool that's lasted way fucking longer than it should have.
Yeah.
So, but
you got to clear it out and make room for the ranch.
Yeah. Yeah. My one cattle.
And goat.
Goats, though, I think you're right on that. We talked about that briefly before, but goats could probably be doable on the land.
Yeah. The terrain's not going to be a problem for them.
Yeah.
The ridge.
And the size of the land, too. Like, I don't have a ton of land, but I have enough for a couple goats, maybe.
Yeah.
You know.
They'll clear out any underbrush, that's for sure.
I need that cleared.
Yeah, so do I. Jeez. And I live in town.
Yeah. And it's crazy. It just grows. It's not like how it was in Arizona.
Right.
Yeah.
Clearly.
But
it's a wet heat. It's what does it. Just absorbs the moisture straight from the air.
Plants just love that swamp ass. They just thrive on it.
It's actually, I learned about that in class in biology.
Yeah.
Yeah, they need sunlight, swamp ass.
A little bit of love.
A little bit of love. Some good soil. So, plan on going to any baseball games this summer?
Probably. My daughter just finished up her T-ball.
How'd that go?
About as well as you'd expect from 5-year-olds.
Okay.
Everybody scores. There's no outs. But so with that being said, though, I'm excited for her to have more competitive sports. But seeing her like get through some of the fundamentals, like hitting the ball off the tee the first time, and it going somewhere. Mm-hmm. That was pretty good. Getting her to pay attention on when to run to the next base, or not fight her teammates for every hit that goes into the infield.
Right.
They're out there doing fucking WWE Super Smash trying to get the ball.
Y'all remember those days?
Yeah. So, and I'm like, if it goes to you, get it, but don't fight your teammates for it. Do
you think it's something she's going to stick with, and like go into softball as she gets older?
I think she'd be decent at it if she did. Okay. She's at the age right now where she just wants to play whatever sport her friends are playing.
I was going to say, because that just makes things easier for me, so I can I know when her birthday rolls around, just get her a pride flag or whatever.
Yeah. It makes it easier for me as a dad, too, I think.
Yeah.
Are you sure you don't want to play softball? There's some volleyball, too. I don't know if that has the same percentage, but...
I think it's a significantly lower percentage.
Yeah, but I think if you get them in both, it kind of...
The averages,
Yeah, they help out.
They call that intersectionality, I think.
Oh,
so,
man.
I think that we should go to a game,
mm-hmm.
a baseball game,
America's pastime,
together as part of the show.
Okay.
And see what we can do to get our name on the board, on the scoreboard. Like, hey,
that'd be good.
Group's here today, the Donut Shop Boys.
We're here.
And
I'll sign one of our thousands of stickers that are in that box over there.
I'll throw out the first pitch, uninvited.
That would be the man running on the field, right to the pitcher's mound.
Yeah.
That'd be tits if we were able to. And our local baseball team is small enough that there's a chance.
There's a chance. The problem is, are we too non-PC? Are we mainstream enough to be allowed to do
They had George Bush throw out a first pitch.
In New York.
Yeah.
Right after he pulled off 9/11.
Yep.
So, yeah.
There's always a chance.
Yeah.
And people cheered.
So maybe if I crash my car into the stadium.
I know a guy that can help you with that.
Yeah, we'll stay away from that one.
It's an ongoing court case we don't want to get involved with. What are you doing for summer? Prepping for summer?
Man. Been trying to get the summer body ready.
Okay.
Which, is going how it's going.
Yeah. There's going to be a body for sure.
It's good. Yeah, this summer going to get whatever body I give it. Whatever's underneath these clothes.
Yeah.
No, I've been in the gym. Been lifting.
Okay.
But started running again. I think I mentioned that before. Started running a little bit.
Probably on one that didn't record.
Probably, yeah. Probably on one of the episodes that didn't hit. But no, I got this freaking flower bed, plant bed. But it's not really a flower bed because it doesn't have any flowers. But it's like a little palm tree garden thing around the front of my house.
Okay.
that I've been needing to fix because it's got weeds and stuff sprouting up through it. Because when I bought all the stuff, I just got really excited and threw it all together, and it looked great. But I didn't put any of like the liner.
Oh yeah, everything just spouts through.
Yes, all the weeds just come up through the rocks. We bought Mexican beach pebbles, which are about yay big, decent sized little rocks. So now I have to go out there and I have to get rid of all those weeds, which means like being on my hands and knees. And then those rocks have been down there this will be the third summer that they're down there. Second, we put it in at the end of summer of 21.
Okay.
So it looked great. It looked great that, for the remainder of that summer, and it looked great, going into summer 22. But then last summer, by the time we realized that, hey, I probably should have put something down, it's already way too hot to be out there working.
Yeah.
In the little garden there, but now it's got like a year and a half's worth of those rocks just kind of sinking into the ground. So I'm gonna have to get rid of all the weeds, and then if I can try to get like a shovel or something, get all those rocks out, put the liner down, put the edge down, and then I got more rocks so we can expand. Man, it's a job that I'm not looking forward to doing.
If it makes you feel any better, I have to do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
The front of my house looks like, luckily nobody uses the front of the house, but it looks like Tarzan may be actively living there, swinging from the vines.
Yeah, like some out of Jumanji.
Yeah, yeah. the guy from Jurassic Park's in there. Stay out of the tall grass.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
It's probably like legitimately about almost waist high. The weeds / grass or whatever, and it's the whole thing. So yeah, probably clear cut it, dig it all out, put the liner down, fresh dirt, and I don't know what to plant. I've never planted stuff before, so.
Are you gonna plant like flowers or?
I don't know.
Palm trees do well in this climate.
I was gonna say something that's preferably low maintenance.
My palm trees, I just let them grow. About the only thing I have to do is go pull the leaves of the other trees out of them because they're like real low to the ground.
Yeah.
But the difference between the front of my house and the front of your house is that everybody sees the front of my house.
Yeah. Nobody sees mine.
Yeah. You don't have an HOA up here on top of the mountain.
You got one down there?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good.
No, because I think they would do something about the drive-bys.
That's a deal breaker for me, but I don't plan on ever moving. Really,
I don't think MPD would care about drive-by shootings, but if it was against some kind of HOA regulation, then all of a sudden.
When you get a group of angry white people together, that's how you get change.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Old white people.
Preferably, I was going to say preferably like 45 and older white women.
Yeah.
They pretty much drive everything. They drive cancel culture in the U.S.
Everyone keeps trying to stop these unions. They need to stop that union.
That's the union that's out of control.
Yeah. Well,
I wonder what their dues are.
I don't know. Probably just some young black man that they got arrested.
They just take what's out of his pockets and use that to pay their 45-year-old women.
Well, they
dues.
just pay with his life in prison or something.
Yeah, that's way different sacrifice ritual. I was just gonna say I don't believe in propping up that union and that organization. That's why I don't ever put money in the cards that I send my mom.
Yeah, there you go.
Because I assume she's part of it.
That's a good way to save a few bucks.
Yeah. She's like, well, I could give it to my white women's terrible idea union.
Yeah. Yeah, when it's they're all terrible ideas, but
they are women.
It starts affecting other people over 45. The under 35 or under 45 is just really affects you.
Yeah. And for anybody out there who's thinking about calling us a misogynist, save it. I've seen enough of those places get busted. So.
That's a good one.
But baseball.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're not really into baseball.
Not super, no. I did watch the Cubs win a few years ago when they won.
Yeah.
I watched the Diamondbacks win right after 9/11.
Yes, you did.
Proud of that. Watched that in my grandmother's living room. But
That's a core memory.
yeah,
Save that one.
take that, Al Qaeda.
We got him. Randy Johnson.
I watched that pigeon or dove or whatever get killed
whatever.
too.
It doesn't matter what it was.
It was feathers is what it was.
Yeah. Dinner.
Yeah. But
So you're big.
yeah.
You're big into hockey.
Yeah.
Which we're in an important time of the year for hockey.
And I have not followed with it right now.
That's fucking wild.
Yeah. I've caught a few things. There's some wild shit going on up in New York. But I'll be honest, I've been busy.
Yeah.
So I haven't really done anything. So.
Do you remember when we first met and I tried to get you into baseball and I was like giving you the similarities?
And the team aspect, that's one thing I remember is how team oriented it is.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I like about hockey is it's pretty team oriented. But they don't clear the bench every time there's a fight, you know?
And
baseball does.
That's my favorite part of baseball.
Yeah.
But then it's also, in a way, it's my least favorite because whenever people know that I like baseball, even though I didn't play baseball past like t-ball. Mm-hmm. But people know that I really enjoy baseball. So anytime someone goes to the game and there's a fight, they're like, they had a huge bench clearing brawl at the baseball game. And I'm like, they're all
there's not fights often, but they're all bench clears.
They're all bench clears because that's the standard is that if one of your teammates is in a fight, you're all in a fight.
Yeah.
I've seen some good ones though. I've seen some solid. I was a kid when Nolan Ryan beat the holy shit out of Robin Ventura.
I don't know either of them. Either of them are.
There is a documentary on Netflix called Facing Nolan.
Okay.
I suggest you watch it.
Yeah.
He's the Major League Baseball strikeout king, and he also holds the record for 7 no-hitters pitched in a career.
Wow.
And he pitched his last no-hitter in the early 90s sometime when he was like already in his 40s.
Damn.
He also, once he took a line drive straight to the face from Bo Jackson and split his lip open. He was gushing blood all down his chin and onto his jersey. Stayed in the game, kept pitching.
That's that hockey shit right there.
I'm telling you, dude. I'm telling you, if you really dug into baseball, you'd be like, this is... The game itself is not the same, but the spirit of baseball is a lot like hockey.
Yeah, for sure.
And the haircuts are the same.
And honestly, the one thing I like about baseball over hockey is it gives somebody like me. I feel like if there's a chance I could play it.
Feel represented.
Yeah, they're all out of shape.
Pitchers especially are out of shape.
Yeah, and you don't have to run anywhere.
And especially now that they have the DH rule. They're not running bases at all unless you're Shohei Ohtani. Because they don't bat.
Must be Cuban.
Yeah, very. I think he's French.
Well, it's like the chess of professional sports though, because there's a lot of I've heard there's a lot more strategy and kind of calculated moves in baseball than there are in other sports.
I don't know, man. Football's very fucking calculated.
Yeah, football is pretty calculated, yeah.
They literally run plays every single play.
Yeah.
And I will say this. Baseball is a thinking sport.
It's slower, though.
It's slower paced.
Yeah.
And baseball, more than any other sport, rewards consistency.
Yeah.
Because
your batting, your percentages of stuff. Yeah.
And it's such a hard, like the pitchers are so good and batting is so difficult that you're considered a good batter if you're successful 30% of the time.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, like, that's calculated, batters are based off percentages, but nobody was like, Tom Brady has a 60% completion rate, It's just like he threw 10 touchdown passes.
Right.
Yeah.
Completion rate is...
It's calculated, but nobody talks about it really, though. You know what I mean? I don't ever see that.
People only talk about it when someone has either an obscenely high one or an obscenely low one.
True, yeah.
And when they have a really low one, you don't talk about it for long because they're not out there. But yeah, in baseball, they'll let a player play through a slump for a little bit, because they know that over the course of a season, they're going to play their way out of that slump because
it's like 108 games too, or something like that.
162. That's why consistency.
Yeah.
You could get, like in a football game, something can happen. You get a teammate get injured, and you rally around him, and you play on emotion and adrenaline, and win a game. Maybe go on a little stretch where you win several games because you're riding that high. But you can't maintain that for 162 games.
No.
You know, when you can't maintain it in baseball because you're going to play 5 games that week.
That's wild, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think hockey and basketball that's all you need, really. 82.
82.
Yeah.
They're right in there in the sweet spot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basketball's in the finals or in the playoffs. Mm-hmm. And which is good. You know, they're kind of deep into it, but you know, kind of the way it goes with basketball, we got probably like a solid 2 more months of NBA playoffs.
I saw I saw a headline somewhere, and I forget the teams, but it was like Game 4 was 3-1. Or no, they were going into Game 5. The series was 3-1, and they were asking if the team that was up should bench their starters or rest their starters going into that game. It's like, why? It's the playoffs. Why is that even a question?
Yeah, well,
win.
I think because they have to lose.
Take your break.
They have to lose 3 games in a row to be knocked out. But here's
Golden
my thing.
State did that.
Teams that get cold, like teams that win their series early on and then have to wait for the other, like their next opponent to win their series.
Get cold.
They get cold.
Yeah.
But, man, yeah, I think the NBA playoffs, they start in April and they end sometime in 2025. Haven't super followed it. I do know, I do know that that joke would have landed better if we had a third person.
Yeah. Especially our first guest.
Yeah. Thanks, bud.
We miss you. Thanks for bailing on us.
Yeah, and not telling us.
Anyways.
He also doesn't watch, so.
Yeah. It's the best first guest ever.
Boddicker would have been here.
Yeah. We'd even let you bring all the Gilmore Girls.
Yeah.
All of them.
We'd watch them. We'd put them up on the screen. I know a little bit about it.
Cook him some popcorn on the popcorn maker over there, and
Hell yeah.
let him just sit here. And
The only thing we're missing is the hot dog roller.
yeah.
But what we do have is Shula's Special number 347 steak sauce.
Goddamn right.
Not an official sponsor, just a steak sauce that we're really excited about. And the team that he coached tried to kill Tua last year.
Okay.
He used to coach the Dolphins. That's who Tua plays for.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I know he kept getting concussions, and they kept putting him in.
Sticking it back at the. Oh yeah, you probably heard that at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the a bunch of Alabama fans, Roll Tide. The Dolphins do coach, so I don't remember his name, but I've seen some interviews with him, and I think he'd be a fun coach to play for.
Yeah.
He's just wild, but
so he's like the
seems really young for a coach too.
He seems like the antithesis of the Tennessee Titans coach, who's like Mike Vrabel, who's like fucking certified dude. Like,
yeah,
he's a football guy. He's a tough guy. He's like hard nosed, and then you maybe get traded to the Dolphins, and you're like, I can beat up my coach now.
Yeah. I was going to say, we really need a producer so they can look up what the definition of whatever that word is that you said. Antithesis?
He was like the opposite.
Okay.
I think that's what it means. If that's not what it means, please interact with our YouTube in any way. Comment and tell me that's not what antithesis means.
I thought you were doing a Mike Tyson impression.
He's the antithesis. I did. It's funny you said that. I was thinking about a Mike Tyson impression I did years ago when I was on the alert fire team when I was stationed at Minot Air Force Base. And Mike
Thank
Tyson.
you for your service.
You're welcome. You're welcome for my service. I'm one of the OGs that got the National Defense Medal. They don't get that anymore.
Thank God.
Yeah, they don't deserve it.
Yeah. Stop with these people walking around with all this stolen valor.
Man. So.
Anyways, yeah.
Yeah. God, I wish it would not make any sense if I dug into the impersonation right now, but it was good.
Yeah.
They were hitting on the fact that like he it was a little documentary. It was on the TV, and he was saying that he didn't wear socks under his boots, like when he would box.
Yeah.
And he was like, it made him feel like a gladiator, because they just wore like, I don't know if they were barefoot or if they did wear footwear. It was just like leather sandals, no socks or anything. He felt more like a gladiator of a medieval warrior. And I was like, so I started like cracking up, making everybody laugh. And I was like, yeah, I don't wear socks when I fight. It makes me feel like a gladiator or like a medieval warrior. Yeah, I don't know if you heard that, but I'm basically a dragon.
That's pretty spot on.
That was a little bit of it, got the accent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe next week we'll just dig into that.
Thank you very much, Mr. White Cube, for having me on the show. I don't want to hurt anybody anymore. That's not in me. I see those old fight videos and it starts to trigger something in my brain.
It was just training recently, though.
He had that fight with Roy Jones Jr., which we were supposed to do a watch party and
and
COVID. Whatever. COVID.
I assume.
Didn't stop the fight, but it stopped us. Man, remember when we used to have like hundreds of views on live streams?
Yeah.
And now we have dozens of views on YouTube videos. But thank you to Sweden and Michigan.
Mm-hmm. And Twitter.
Twitter.
Mm.
We get a lot of likes and a lot of retweets and a lot of bookmarks and all that, but I wish the followers would keep pace with the, like, you like what I'm saying, go follow, motherfucker.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, NBA Finals. That's probably look forward to that for your summer, because it's going to be going on for a while.
It's going to come out when Endgame Part 2 comes out.
Right, yeah. Yeah. When they reboot the fucking MCU.
Matt Damon better have a part in it. I'm going to see him as like an old Spider-Man. And that'd be good.
I hope they let him play Stan Lee.
R.I.P. He could do it, though. As long as Ben Affleck's with him.
Shout out to Boston.
He can do anything.
So, you plan on doing any vacation?
Going to Chicago. So
okay.
Wish me luck. The show may end.
Yeah.
Or you may be a single host.
Yeah, enjoy. I've never, you know what? I'm used to being the writer / on-air talent. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll be interesting.
Hopefully you have better luck with the microphone and recording equipment. So.
Really looking for a producer. He can show you how to work the equipment. All we need is for you to sit there and do it while we record. So really sending out a plea there to Studebaker. Where you at, man? You were in episode 1. Come back.
Yeah. Really comfy chair, too. It's a Secret Labs chair. Shout out to Secret Labs.
I don't know what that is, but shout out.
Yeah. Very comfortable.
Nice. I like it.
So but yeah, going to Chicago, visiting some grandparents that we haven't seen in years. Mm-hmm. They've never met the kids. So
that's cool.
Yeah.
I sometimes forget that you have family in Chicago.
Yeah.
And then, like, oddly enough, that you had family here.
Yeah. Yeah, it's super
from
weird.
Here.
Yeah. Yeah. Dad's side of the family is from here.
Yeah.
I don't really talk to them much, though. I don't talk to my dad much at all. But yeah, mom's side is from Chicago area. Dad's side's from Alabama. So.
And they ended up in Arizona.
Yeah.
Shout out to Arizona, by the way, because I really feel like our dollar should be backed up by Arizona tea.
Yeah. Their tea's backed up by $1.
Dude, that's the only thing that's been propping up our currency.
Yeah.
They want to talk about the petrodollar. Nah, it's the fucking Arizona iced tea dollar.
You know, it is a little sacrilegious, though, is the Busey's, the Buc-ee's out there. That's got Arizona iced tea in fountain drink form.
Damn.
And I think that's kind of weird.
Yeah, you got to have the tall boy.
Yeah.
Whatever. What do I know?
It's got to be in a can.
It don't crack right if it ain't in a can. That was the original crack in a cold one.
Yeah. Yeah.
You remember when you're a kid and you're not old enough to go buy beer and you just
Pop one of those.
Crack that AZ.
This is basically a 40 in your hand right there.
You put it in a paper bag and all of a sudden you're pulling all the 18-year-old chicks.
Yeah.
So, yeah. In stupidity news for the summer, Ja Morant can't seem to keep himself out of trouble. I told you a little bit about that. Like $230 million, and he can't stop flashing guns.
Yeah.
And a lot of people are like, well, who cares? What's wrong with owning guns? Oh, you only have a problem when a black man owns a gun. It's like, no, I'd really like people to be safe with guns.
Yeah, just anyone acting a fool with a gun.
Yeah, anyone acting a fool with a gun. And also, if you happen to play for my favorite NBA team, please, for the love of God, stop doing things that get you suspended.
Yeah.
Like, you know the NBA's kind of politics and stuff. Yeah, just
do better.
Play with guns off camera. Can you just do that? Don't record yourself doing the dumb shit so that we can hopefully make a playoff run.
Yeah. So you guys aren't making a playoff run this year?
No. We made the playoffs.
I don't think the Suns are making one either.
Oof, man. And the Suns got Kyrie, right? Kyrie Irving?
No. I'm going to take your word on that.
No, they didn't. I take that back. They got Kevin Durant, the other job hopper.
I've heard the name before.
Yeah, Kyrie went to Dallas, where they already had a point guard.
That's awkward.
Yeah. Now
Did Mark Cuban own that team too?
Yeah,
Dallas Mavericks.
Still does. Yeah. When he's not busy with Shark Tank, we should take the show on Shark Tank. Be like, please buy us out.
We are asking for $10 for at least 80% of the show.
We've made more than that in the merch store.
Yeah. I think our revenue stream over all the years added together is maybe $200.
That's not nothing.
That's not nothing.
It's not enough to pay your employees, but
yeah,
I still show up.
I almost made that much off dividends from one of my stocks, so I mean it's kind of hard to justify.
You been buying?
Oh yeah, we've been buying.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'm not cash rich enough to like get into it heavy like I did in 2020.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I've been buying. I wish I had like an influx.
My place kind of run a little pyramid scheme, so we ended up being a little cash rich with it because I had to work the account up to a certain dollar limit so we could trade commission free. So we were just stacking cash in there until I got to that limit and then switched over and then bought a bunch of shit.
Hell yeah.
So, but
I would ask you what you bought, but I don't want anybody to think we're giving financial advice.
SEC or some shit. I don't know. But yeah, so got some good stuff though. So I'm happy with it. Hopefully,
everything paid dividends.
Yeah, most of it. In fact, I think everything that we bought does. I'm pretty sure I have some stuff that doesn't pay dividends, but that was stuff that I had bought on my own beforehand. Yeah. Rookie moves.
I don't have anything. Well, no, that's not true. I have one thing that doesn't pay dividends.
Yeah.
But like not even 75, like 99% of my portfolio is all dividend paying shit.
I would say probably somewhere between 85 and 95%.
Yeah.
And
dividends. then as you do you collect your dividends or do you automatically reinvest? Hell yeah, me too.
And they also go because there's a program fee that I have to pay once a month.
Mm-hmm.
It's only like $20 or something. So it'll pay that automatically too with dividends. So and there's some just cash sitting in there in like a money market or some shit that that's supposed to help pay for those fees while everything else is making the real money.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Start young because it doesn't take too much to start. I will tell you, I don't think that's really investment advice, but start young and find you somebody that believes in you and is willing to work with you.
And don't panic.
Yeah, don't. No. Yeah.
The only stuff that I've really sold out of, and it's never been out of a panic, but it's just been stuff that was like kind of a project to begin with. It's nothing that I ever, like, I'm banking on this to be my retirement. You know, it's always stuff that was like, we'll buy this and see where it goes. It crashed pretty hard with the pandemic. We'll see if it rebuilds. And more often than not,
I think, if I buy something, I bought it for a reason. So if it crashes, unless the company is straight up gone, if it crashes,
that happened to me.
Might as well just buy some more because you invest. Now it's cheaper than it was when you bought it, at least.
Yeah.
Some of the big companies they're gonna come back at some point. So
yeah, I know early on when we first both dove back in, one of the companies I bought into, you bought into one oil offshore drilling company, and I bought into another.
Yeah.
And the one I bought into ended up declaring bankruptcy and reissuing new stock under a new symbol and everything. But fortunately for me, I watched the news and kept up with it, and I'm like, they're declaring bankruptcy, and I sold out and turned what was a couple $100 into like several $1,000s.
Hell yeah.
So it's not nothing.
Yeah, mine's just spiked and has really just kind of stayed stagnant, but it's stayed stagnant, like spiked up and then just stayed up. And I haven't really done anything since. And
which usually keeps you from buying too, though. If you're like me, I'm like,
yeah, I won't buy any more of that.
I'll put in a buy order for like what I can afford at the moment. And I'll pick a price that's like obviously lower than where it's stagnant. I'm like, if this drops today, at any point during the day, if it drops down to this, buy this many shares because the shit's showing that it's
pretty level.
It's level, yeah.
But yeah, I've been enjoying it too, though. And it's a good way to generational wealth.
Yeah.
Raise your net worth. And then in a pinch, if you absolutely need it, you've got the money there.
You can sell it. Yeah.
You can if you need to. It's literally the same, in my mind, it's the same thing as having money in a savings account. It's just working money instead of sitting money.
It's and we had to explain to your wife how it's better.
Yeah.
Because
for the kids, because the kids have their own too. And we were originally just going to have their own savings account and just put money in there. If they get birthday money or something that they don't want to spend, drop it in there. But now both of them are part shareholders of the Disney company. So
as part owner of Ford Motor Company, I can't be more proud of the young movers and shakers out there.
I was trying to explain to the 5-year-old a little bit about that.
Yeah.
But there'll be a few more years before she really understands, kind of. But so yeah, that girl's stacking money outside of the stock market, though. Off topic. Yeah, she went to Costco with her mom and wanted to buy strawberries. She loves fruit, strawberries and blueberries. Mm-hmm. She brought her wallet, and so she wanted to buy them with her money. So my wife goes to help her get her money out, which is completely unorganized. This girl had like $80 in there.
Damn.
How do you have 80? Where are you finding this shit at?
Right.
Yeah. And then the next day she stayed home from school with me. And I woke up to her sitting on the couch with both the strawberries and the blueberries open. She ate all of them that morning. And I was like, well, it's her money. She bought them. She could eat them when she wants, I guess.
Facts.
But yeah, so hopefully they'll be all right with money.
Yeah. Sorry if that got boring on you, but, Yeah. Take some advice. That's the only financial advice we will give you is to jump in that stock market and be careful what you buy, obviously. But
yeah,
the sooner you start, the better you'll be. And if you lose some money, and you're not going to lose money, first of all, like he said, unless the company you invest in just completely ceases to exist. But
there's plenty of safe options too.
Yeah.
Like even just a money market or something.
I know there's days that you've logged into your shit and it's been like you lost thousands of dollars that day.
Yeah. And don't look at this again for a few days.
Yeah. And then but you've had those days where you log in and you've had whatever your losses was, you tripled that in gains that day. That's why you get in early so that because historically the stock market goes up at a 45-degree angle. So the earlier you get in, the lower, the lower you buy. Which I guess if inflation is devaluing your dollar, it doesn't matter. But whatever. Ad break.
It's a risk we're willing to take. This message is brought to you by.
Yeah. This episode is brought to you by racism, for when you refuse to take responsibility for your own actions. It's good.
Yeah.
It applies to everyone.
It does. Yeah.
You just why am I not where I want to be in life? And then you just look for the first person that looks different.
Racism.
And blame them.
Yep. Love that.
It's really the old guy on a bicycle that sticks the stick in his own spokes meme. Yeah.
Why are you doing this to me?
Why have you done this to me? Yeah. Or the Eric Andre meme where he shoots Hannibal Buress. Yeah. So to close us out, we got a couple of news items.
Yeah. The first one is do you remember Chief Finley?
I do remember Chief Finley.
Chief Finley. Some of y'all may know Chief Finley, but used to be our chief of police here in good old Montgomery, Alabama. But he was he resigned, and then it kind of came out that he was forced to resign. But he's now suing the mayor in the city for kind of unethical, I guess, practices and forcing him to resign. And one of the complaints, though, that I found interesting is that he claims he was forced to promote black officers based off race alone and not skill or anything like that.
Yeah, not at all based on merit.
Yeah.
Wasn't also part of it. It was disciplinary actions. Like they didn't want black officers disciplined as harshly if they had a violation or something or did something wrong as the white officers. And it's worth noting to those of you who don't know Ernest Finley, you can look him up, but he is a African American gentleman, so it's not like the good old boy. They're making me promote the blacks.
Yeah.
No, it was he wanted to run the department his way and run it with integrity, and the mayor didn't see it that way.
Yeah, who's also a black male.
Yeah. Who was super? Now, I don't want to get into the weeds with election denying, but the election where Stephen Reed was elected mayor of Montgomery was super sketchy.
Yeah, definitely worth, probably a Dateline NBC.
Yeah, I'm not saying it was rigged, but I'm saying
60 minutes episode for sure.
It's worth the conversation.
Yeah,
he was the probate judge, so the people counting the votes, he was their boss, and
moving forward, you should probably have an interim probate judge while he does his
campaigns. Like as soon as you announce that you're campaigning,
you should step back from your office.
Yeah,
and you can have it back if you lose, but you need to back out of that or something.
Yeah. And then I'm certain he probably got to name his replacement, like install his replacement.
Oh yeah.
Which means what?
Which
means that you're going to win re-election.
Yeah. I don't think mayors and governors and shit should be able to really appoint a lot of people. I think a lot of it should. I think every office that you have in government should be elected.
Yeah.
That'd be a lot of elections, but
you know what? Hey, all props to Chief Finley, but I don't believe in police departments.
Yeah.
All police departments should be dissolved and be incorporated into the local county sheriff.
I agree.
Because the sheriff is elected.
Mm-hmm. And this is one of the few times where the elected or the appointed position, I guess, backfired in the mayor's eyes and fired him, and now he's going to deal with the consequences of that, hopefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, black chief from Atlanta, became the chief of police of Montgomery, tried to run shit fair. I noticed improvements. I think you noticed improvements as well after he took over. I know
downtown area got much safer, very tourist friendly, and it's worth noting that the downtown area has gone
back to shit.
But it has gone back to shit since he left his position there.
And the new water park is just a Band-Aid on the sore.
Man, yeah. And I'm not going to blame the new police chief. When I saw him at a city council meeting get up and speak about a very serious issue that took place in my neighborhood, he seemed to care very much about taking care of the situation. So I'm grateful for that. But there's always some growing pains when someone takes over. So I don't know if maybe some of the stuff downtown. I know COVID killed some of the businesses downtown.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. But to your point about elected officials, that did you follow all that with like the Tennessee Three, the 3 Democrats that got expelled from?
I remember hearing about that because of the
state Congress.
Yeah, what were they fighting over?
It was after the shooting.
Oh yeah, that's right.
They initially, because for whatever reason, their first reaction was to jump to defend the shooter who killed a bunch of kids.
Yeah.
So they had a transurrection at the Capitol there in Tennessee, and
okay.
Then they continued, but then they switched. And when they're like, "Hey, this is a bad look," they switched and made it about the guns, and the 3 politicians were in the Capitol leading the protests, like leading if it had happened in D.C. and it had been the other side, interspersed with feds, it would have been an insurrection. But they expelled them, which I don't think is the right answer because they were elected, with the exception of one of them, Justin Jones, the little diminutive little pretty boy with his ponytail, man bun, whatever you want to call it. He was not an elected official. He was appointed to replace someone else.
Okay.
And then when they expelled him, the Metro City Council voted to reinstall him, which to me is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Because how is the city of Nashville able to tell the state government of Tennessee how it's going to run?
Yeah.
That is fucking wild, especially when you consider that Nashville is overrun with Californians. Like, it might as well be Sacramento at this point. But it's worth noting that Justin Jones had been arrested previously during a previous Black Lives Matter protest. He had been arrested at the Capitol for throwing a cup of coffee into a crowded elevator. So he was arrested for assault and banned from the Capitol premises. That's their heroes.
Yeah.
I don't get it at all.
I don't either.
And then if you're in New York, you can't defend yourself or defend others. They literally want you to sit on the subway while a crazy person is going the fuck off, and they want you to just sit there and avert your eyes and say, just please don't let it be me. Please don't let it be me.
Yeah.
Please don't let it be me. And then like a dog that's humping your leg, they're like, just let him finish. He'll stop when he's done.
Yeah.
He did this because he's hungry. They act like that dude was on the train doing a fucking Michael Jackson impersonation, and that guy was like, I fucking hate Thriller, and just got up and choked him out. It's like, stop using these 10-year-old pictures of the guy.
Yeah.
Tell the real story. But anyways. So here's my and I really hate that they did this to him.
Yeah.
My news story. I have to back out of all the farm animals I was showing you that will help protect your chickens. South African Navy recruitment drive. Some applicants had to be rescued from the swimming pool. with the picture.
God, dog.
Article written by Sifo Mabina. We cannot compromise on the selection criteria because if anything goes wrong, lives will be lost. And then it shows a picture of an 18-year-old man struggles to swim during the water phase selection at the South African Navy recruitment for divers. Man, look, why? When it comes to when it comes to stereotypes, Sifo, man,
yeah,
you don't have to do them like that. That's a whole article that couldn't have been written.
Yeah,
not
here anyways.
Well, I don't know where it was. I mean, the name suggests to me that
seems like a local news.
Yes, yeah, very much Montgomery area. You didn't have to do them like that, man.
Yeah.
You could have let that, like, some shit can just be a secret. You know? I can't imagine the U.S. Navy being like, yo, these fucking sailors can't swim.
Yeah.
You know?
This man came out to be a diver, knowing damn well he couldn't swim.
Right. Yeah. You know, maybe sometimes let the Navy handle their own business and don't tell everybody.
Just go to the local YMCA and start picking people out.
Right. And I would lie. I'd be like, yo, South African swimmers excelling in swim program. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'd make it like a point of pride for the country. Like, South Africa really has like strong swimmers. Like, their Navy's not one to fuck with.
Yeah.
You know?
All 6 pontoon boats. That
yeah. You sink one of their freaking John boats and
look at me. I'm the captain now.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just an article that I wouldn't have written.
That's wild.
You know? I hope they get better.
I hope they do too.
Are they an ally? South Africa?
Elon's from there.
Enough said.
We're just African American.
Richest African American, yeah. Charlize Theron's from there.
Okay.
If that's how you say her name, it might be Charlize.
Yeah. Tehran. I don't know.
Depends who you ask.
Shut that thick fella down.
She's I always felt like she was like the older. Well, you can't be the 2.0 if you came first. She's like the prototype that they used to build Scarlett Johansson. And it's like they improved on the model.
Yeah. Definitely a lot of improvements.
Yeah.
But I can see it though. In her day, she was definitely the Scujo. And
she could be on the show. Open invite, Charlize Theron, come on the show.
Yeah, you can teach us how to say your name.
Chief, that'd be point one.
Yeah.
Chief Finley, open invite to be on the show.
That would be awesome.
Yeah, that's the one I would really want. Chad Arms, my homie from back home, open invite to be on the show.
Yeah, or if we can figure out like a web link or FaceTime, video chat, Skype call or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe we could put that together. Put you right here.
Where the discount code was supposed to be. All right. So for the summer, I'm thinking we do 90s summer. All summer this year.
Okay.
And I think we're going to dig into that on our next episode. Maybe hit some... We'll hit up the 80s too.
Yeah.
Because you can't have the 90s without the 80s. So we'll talk about some 80s pop culture and then dig into...
You had me without the 80s.
Yeah, well...
Well, my parents had it, I guess.
Yeah.
Oof.
Allegedly. But, yeah, we'll dig into that. That's coming on the next episode, 90s Summer. Don't miss it. We'll talk about Father's Day coming up around the corner. You know, you take mom out to eat for Mother's Day, but you expect dad to grill on Father's Day.
Ain't that some shit, you know?
Fucking scandalous.
Yeah.
It's the cross we bear.
Yeah, my wife better pop out that crock pot, you know?
Hey.
Yeah, something.
You can put ribs in that mug.
Mm-hmm. Order that shit on DoorDash. Make someone else's mama bring it.
Man, you ain't lying.
Yeah.
Tip them well, though.
Yeah.
If you can't afford to tip, you can't afford to use a service. That's just off the cuff. That's nothing to do with the show. But yeah, if you go to thedonutshopboys.com, there you can find our merch store. Go in there, look around, see what you like. See if there's something that tickles your fancy, and buy it. While you're there, you can check out all of our socials. Got links to all of those. Also links to all the podcast platforms where you'll find the show. And then you'll find the Ask the Boys. What can they do there?
You can put in a question or a statement. Anything you want to learn about, you want our opinion on.
You want our advice?
More advice. Maybe you're facing a difficult situation and you just want to ask two middle-aged men what they think about it. And we'll tell you publicly, anonymously. So.
Yeah. But if you leave your name in the question, we're probably going to read it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It won't be guaranteed to be good advice, but it is free advice.
And there's something to say about that, you know?
Yeah. It's like beer. My favorite beer, free.
Yeah. Mine preferably not in a hot tub. But
you know.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Did you see Miller Lite's ad?
Yeah. Coors too.
What'd Coors do? I didn't see Coors.
Coors brought that dude from Yellowstone in. And we're talking about how they were, been in the country forever, and they wanted a good lasting legacy or something. Like it was an underhanded stab, but
yeah,
that was a pretty good stab.
Miller Lite went with they went the other direction, but their ad came out first before all the the AB stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But it was like a women's history thing. Did you see that one?
Mm-mm.
It's dumb. A lot of people are mad about it, and I think the only point they really have to be mad was that it was a really stupid ad, and they had just the one line at the end, which is without women there would be no beer, and it's like,
you know what? I think I do remember that.
Really now?
Yeah.
Like really?
I feel like I do remember that line anyways at the end, and I was thinking like, we're really reaching here, Without women, we wouldn't have anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
I mean,
and it's they're like, well, we're gonna cancel them next. Maybe our eyes are just more open to how dumb marketing ads are.
Yeah.
Now, after that fiasco,
like the good old days when there was like a 10-year-old smoking a Marlboro Red and drinking a beer.
It's better than vaping.
Oh. It probably is.
If you got a nicotine addiction, I'd prefer you not have it from a flash drive. Smoke cigarettes, get cancer like a real man.
Grow up and do cocaine like an adult. I
mean, that finishes us out. We're just at an hour.
Solid.
Do you have something to say?
I was going to say one last thing I forgot to mention from Mother's Day is we had a disappointing amount of photos sent in.
Yeah.
With the mom bods. So maybe you didn't
it
know
don't
where
even
to
have
send
to be
them.
a bod.
Yeah.
Be very clear about that.
Or just, mom anything.
Mom anything.
But maybe you have them just sitting there, but you don't know where to send them. Facebook Messenger, Twitter DM, email.
Or just like tag us on social media. Post it. Tag us. #shirts for moms.
Yeah. There you go.
You get your free shirt for moms.
Mm-hmm.
Literally at this point, just the first person that does it gets a shirt for mom.
100%.
You know?
Anyways.
We're dying to get rid of these things.
Yeah. I'm not emotionally attached to them, so.
I am a little bit.
Yeah. I did make them.
All right, well, that finishes us up for your boy, Professor Gorilla, my main man.
White Cube.
Thanks for listening. We out.